Beauty, a reflection of holiness. In the golden sands of ancient Egypt, beauty wasn't just skin deep, it was a reflection of holiness, a sign of favour from the gods. The Egyptians believed that a pleasing appearance indicated a pure soul. This belief permeated every aspect of their lives, from their elaborate rituals to their daily routines. This spiritual connection between beauty and divinity fueled the Egyptians' fascination with cosmetics. They weren't merely tools to enhance, they were sacred instruments to connect with the divine. Cosmetics were used to ward off evil, ensure good health, and appease the gods. In essence, applying makeup was an act of devotion. Cosmetics for all, a spiritual connection. In ancient Egypt, the pursuit of beauty transcended gender. Both men and women adorned themselves with cosmetics. This widespread use underscores the deep spiritual significance Egyptians attached to their appearance. Men, women, and even children painted their eyes with kohl, a dark pigment believed to ward off the evil eye. They believed that a well-presented appearance, regardless of gender, reflected a harmonious balance between the physical and spiritual realms. This belief fostered a society where cosmetics were not seen as frivolous, but as essential tools for spiritual well-being. The alchemy of kohl, a chemical marvel. This ancient cosmetic has fascinated historians and chemists alike for centuries. Of all the cosmetics used in ancient Egypt, kohl reigned supreme. It was more than just a tool for beauty, it was a symbol of status, health, and even spirituality. This dark, dramatic eyeliner wasn't just a fashion statement, it was a chemical marvel. The Egyptians believed that kohl had protective and healing properties, making it an essential part of their daily lives. The Egyptians created kohl by grinding and blending ingredients like galena, a lead-based mineral, with other substances like burnt almonds and malachite. This meticulous process required skill and knowledge passed down through generations. The galena gave kohl its intense black colour and acted as an antiseptic, protecting the eyes from infections. This was particularly important in the harsh, sandy environment of Egypt, where eye infections were common. The Egyptians believed that the almond oil helped to cleanse and soothe the delicate skin around the eyes. This oil was not only a cosmetic ingredient but also a skincare remedy, providing moisture and protection against the dry desert air. They also understood that malachite, a copper carbonate mineral, possessed antibacterial properties, further safeguarding their eyes from the harsh desert conditions. This green mineral was not just for colour. It was a crucial component in their eye care regimen, demonstrating their advanced understanding of natural substances. Kohl was more than a cosmetic. It was a part of the cultural and spiritual fabric of ancient Egypt. It was used in religious ceremonies believed to ward off evil spirits and was even found in the tombs of pharaohs, signifying its importance in the afterlife. Today, scientists continue to study ancient kohl, uncovering its complex composition and the sophisticated techniques used by the Egyptians. This ancient cosmetic remains a testament to their ingenuity and their deep connection to the natural world. Healing hues, cosmetics as medicine. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers in the use of cosmetics, not just for beauty, but for health and healing as well. The Egyptians' understanding of cosmetics went beyond aesthetics. They recognized their medicinal properties. They believed that beauty and health were intertwined, and their cosmetic practices reflected this holistic approach. The Ebers Papyrus, an ancient medical text dating back to 1550 BC, provides valuable insights into this aspect. This extensive document is one of the oldest and most important medical papyri of ancient Egypt, containing over 700 remedies and formulas. It details recipes for cosmetics that doubled as treatments for skin ailments and eye infections. These recipes were meticulously recorded, showcasing the Egyptians' advanced knowledge of natural ingredients and their applications. For instance, the Egyptians used red ochre, a natural clay-earth pigment, not only as blush but also as a treatment for skin inflammations. This pigment was believed to have protective and healing properties, making it a staple in their cosmetic and medicinal toolkit. They believed that its natural drying properties could help soothe irritations. Red ochre was often mixed with other ingredients to enhance its effectiveness, demonstrating their sophisticated approach to skin care. Similarly, green malachite, apart from its cosmetic uses, was employed as an antiseptic for wounds and eye infections. This vibrant green mineral was ground into a fine powder and applied to affected areas, harnessing its natural antibacterial properties. This merging of beauty and medicine showcases the Egyptians' advanced understanding of natural ingredients and their therapeutic benefits. Their innovative use of cosmetics as medicine highlights a culture that valued both appearance and well-being, setting a precedent for future generations. Today, modern science continues to uncover the wisdom behind these ancient practices. Researchers study the compositions and applications of these ancient cosmetics, revealing their potential benefits and inspiring new approaches in both beauty and medicine. The legacy of ancient Egyptian cosmetics lives on, influencing contemporary beauty products and treatments. By blending ancient wisdom with modern science, we continue to explore the healing power of cosmetics, just as the Egyptians did thousands of years ago. From palettes to pots, the evolution of beauty kits. The Egyptians' love for cosmetics spurred a fascinating evolution in how they stored and carried their beauty essentials. Early forms of cosmetic storage involved simple, functional containers. Over time, these containers transformed into elaborate expressions of artistry and craftsmanship. One of the earliest examples is the Nama palette, dating back to 3100 BC. This ceremonial palette, used for grinding and mixing cosmetics, demonstrates the early integration of beauty and artistry. Crafted from siltstone, it depicts scenes of unification and power, highlighting the importance of cosmetics in even the most significant ceremonies. Tools of the trade applying ancient allure. The application of cosmetics in ancient Egypt was a meticulous ritual, requiring specialized tools. These tools, often crafted from materials like wood, bone and ivory, illustrate the Egyptians' dedication to achieving their desired aesthetic. Kohl applicators, for instance, were thin, elongated tools, often made of wood or ivory. These applicators allowed for precise application of the kohl along the lash line, creating the dramatic eye look synonymous with ancient Egyptian beauty. Small spoons, carved from bone or ivory, were used to scoop out ointments and creams from jars, ensuring hygienic application and preventing contamination. Status symbols, cosmetics, and social standing. While cosmetics were ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, access to certain ingredients and elaborate containers signified social standing. The use of makeup was not merely for aesthetic purposes, but also a reflection of one's place in society. The elite enjoyed access to rare and expensive ingredients, such as lapis lazuli, a deep blue gemstone imported from distant lands. This gemstone was highly prized and often reserved for the upper echelons of society. This luxurious pigment was used to create vibrant blue eyeshadow, a colour associated with royalty and divinity. The blue eyeshadow was not just a cosmetic choice, but a symbol of power and divine favour, often depicted in the art and statues of gods and pharaohs. The containers for these cosmetics also reflected social hierarchy. The design and material of a cosmetic container could indicate the owner's wealth and status. While commoners used simple clay pots, the elite commissioned elaborate containers made from materials like alabaster, gold and precious stones. These materials were not only more durable but also more visually striking, making them perfect for showcasing one's status. These containers, often adorned with intricate carvings and precious jewels, served as status symbols, showcasing the owner's wealth and influence. The more elaborate and ornate the container, the higher the social standing of its owner. In many ways, these cosmetic containers were as much a part of the elite's identity as their clothing and jewellery, reflecting their place in the social hierarchy of ancient Egypt. Beauty inside and out. The ancient Egyptians' approach to beauty provides a fascinating glimpse into a civilization that valued both the aesthetic and the practical. Cosmetics were not merely superficial adornments, they were tools of spiritual connections, symbols of status, and even instruments of medicine. From the chemical ingenuity of Kohl to the evolution of cosmetic palettes, the ancient Egyptians' pursuit of beauty left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy reminds us that beauty can be both powerful and purposeful, reflecting deeper cultural values and beliefs. It is a testament to the enduring human desire to enhance our appearance and connect with something larger than ourselves. The Nile, a life-giving river, snakes through the arid landscapes of North Africa. Along its banks, an extraordinary civilization blossomed thousands of years ago, ancient Egypt. This land, shrouded in mystery and legend, continues to captivate our imagination. From the towering pyramids of Giza to the enigmatic Sphinx, the remnants of ancient Egypt whisper tales of pharaohs, gods, and a civilization that thrived for millennia. These monumental structures are not mere relics of a bygone era. They stand as testaments to human ingenuity, ambition, and a deep connection with the cosmos. The ancient Egyptians believed in the eternal cycle of life and death, reflected in their elaborate burial rituals and the grandeur of their tombs. Join me now as we embark on a journey through time, exploring the rise and fall of this extraordinary civilization. Our adventure takes us from the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt to the era of powerful pharaohs who commanded vast armies and immense wealth. We'll delve into the lives of ordinary Egyptians, their beliefs, their innovations, and their enduring legacy that continues to shape our world today. Prepare to be amazed by the splendors of ancient Egypt, a land of enduring fascination and unparalleled historical significance. Before the grandeur of the pyramids and the might of the pharaohs, Egypt existed as two separate entities, Upper and Lower Egypt. These regions were distinct in their cultures, traditions, and even their gods. The fertile lands of the Nile Valley were divided, each region with its own ruler and deities. The people of Upper Egypt worshipped gods like Seth, while those in Lower Egypt revered gods such as Wadjet. This division, however, would not last forever. The desire for unity and strength was ever present, and the two regions were destined to come together. Around 3100 BC, a powerful king emerged from Upper Egypt. His name was Narmer. He was a visionary leader who saw the potential of a united Egypt. Narmer's victory over Lower Egypt marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. His triumph was not just a military conquest, but a symbolic act of unification. This unification under one ruler paved the way for the emergence of a unified Egyptian identity and the establishment of the dynastic rule that would characterize ancient Egypt. The merging of the two lands brought about a new era of prosperity and cultural development. Narmer's legacy is not only political, it is also artistic. His reign marked the beginning of a flourishing period for Egyptian art and culture. The Narmer palette, a ceremonial artifact discovered in the ancient city of Hierakonpolis, depicts Narmer wearing the crowns of both Upper and Lower Egypt, symbolizing his dominion over the two lands. This artifact is a testament to his power and the significance of his rule. This artifact provides us with a glimpse into the early stages of Egyptian art and the significance of royal iconography. The intricate carvings and symbols on the palette tell a story of power, divinity, and the unification of a great civilization. With the unification complete, a new era dawned upon the land of the Nile. The once divided regions now work together, sharing resources and knowledge, leading to advancements in various fields. The first dynasty was established, marking the beginning of a remarkable journey that would span thousands of years. This period saw the consolidation of power and the establishment of traditions that would endure for millennia. The unification of Egypt laid the foundation for the flourishing civilization that would leave an indelible mark on human history. The achievements of ancient Egypt in architecture, art, and governance continue to inspire and awe the world to this day. The Old Kingdom, spanning from around 2686 to 2181 BC, is often regarded as the golden age of ancient Egypt. This era laid the foundation for the grandeur and mystique that we associate with ancient Egyptian civilization today. This period witnessed the flourishing of Egyptian culture, marked by impressive advancements in art, architecture, and governance. The pharaohs of the Old Kingdom were not just rulers, they were seen as gods on earth, and their divine status was reflected in the monumental projects they commissioned. It was during this era that the iconic pyramids enduring symbols of ancient Egypt were constructed. These structures were not merely tombs, but were also a testament to the pharaohs' power and their connection to the divine. These colossal structures, built as tombs for the pharaohs, showcase the architectural prowess and the sophisticated engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. The precision with which these massive stones were cut and placed continues to baffle modern engineers and historians. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built by the pharaoh Khufu, is the most impressive of them all. Standing at an original height of 146.6 meters, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world. Its sheer scale and precision continue to astonish us today. The alignment of the pyramid, with the cardinal points, and its near-perfect symmetry, are feats of engineering that still inspire awe. The construction of these monumental tombs was not only a testament to the pharaoh's power, but also a reflection of the Egyptians' belief in the afterlife. The pyramids were seen as a means to ensure the pharaoh's safe journey to the afterlife, where they would continue to rule as gods. The pyramids were designed to ensure the safe passage of the pharaoh's soul into the afterlife, equipped with everything they would need for eternity. This included not only treasures and food, but also intricate spells and texts inscribed on the walls to guide them through the afterlife. The Old Kingdom wasn't just about pyramids, however. It was a period of remarkable cultural and intellectual achievements that laid the groundwork for future generations. This period saw the development of hieroglyphic writing, a complex system that combined logographic, syllabic, and alphabetic elements. This writing system was used for religious texts, official inscriptions, and monumental art, playing a crucial role in the administration and culture of ancient Egypt. The Egyptians also made significant strides in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Their understanding of the stars and the human body was advanced for their time, and many of their practices laid the foundation for future scientific discoveries. The Old Kingdom was a time of unprecedented prosperity and stability, but like all empires, its time in the sun would eventually come to an end. The Nile River, which had been the lifeblood of the civilization, also played a role in its decline. Internal strife, coupled with a weakening central authority, would usher in a period of instability known as the First Intermediate Period. This era of chaos and fragmentation marked the end of the Old Kingdom, but the legacy of its achievements would endure for millennia. The First Intermediate Period, spanning roughly from 2181 to 2055 BC, marked a significant departure from the opulence and stability of the Old Kingdom. This era was characterized by political fragmentation, social unrest, and economic decline. The once powerful centralized government of the pharaohs weakened, allowing provincial governors known as nomarchs to assert their independence. The First Intermediate Period was a time of uncertainty and upheaval. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, experienced irregular flooding patterns, leading to famines and social unrest. The weakening central authority resulted in increased competition for resources and power struggles between rival nomarchs. Despite the challenges, this period wasn't devoid of cultural and artistic innovation. The nomarchs, eager to assert their authority and legitimacy, commissioned elaborate tombs and temples in their respective regions. This competition led to a flourishing of regional artistic styles and a departure from the rigid artistic canons of the Old Kingdom. The First Intermediate Period, often viewed as a dark age in Egyptian history, was a time of significant transformation. It marked the end of the Old Kingdom's centralized rule and paved the way for the emergence of a new dynasty that would reunite Egypt and usher in another era of prosperity and power. Around 2055 BC, a new dynasty emerged from Thebes, a powerful city-state in Upper Egypt. This marked the beginning of a transformative era in Egyptian history. Mentuhotep II, a visionary leader, succeeded in reuniting Upper and Lower Egypt, bringing an end to the political fragmentation that had plagued the country for nearly a century. His leadership was instrumental in restoring the nation's unity. This reunification marked the beginning of the Middle Kingdom, a period characterized by renewed stability, expansion, and a flourishing of arts and culture. The Middle Kingdom is often considered a Renaissance period in ancient Egyptian history. Mentuhotep II's reign marked a return to strong central authority. He was not just a ruler, but a reformer who laid the foundation for future prosperity. He embarked on ambitious building projects, revitalized trade routes, and restored order throughout the land. These projects included the construction of temples, fortresses, and irrigation systems that boosted agricultural productivity. The Middle Kingdom pharaohs, learning from the mistakes of their predecessors, implemented administrative reforms to strengthen the central government and prevent future fragmentation. These reforms included the establishment of a more efficient bureaucracy and the appointment of loyal officials to key positions. The Middle Kingdom was not only a time of internal consolidation, it was also an era of expansion. Egyptian armies pushed the boundaries of the kingdom further than ever before. Egyptian influence reached southward into Nubia, a region rich in gold and other valuable resources. This expansion brought immense wealth and resources to Egypt, further solidifying its power. Trade flourished, bringing wealth and exotic goods from distant lands. Merchants traveled far and wide, establishing trade networks that connected Egypt with other great civilizations of the time. The Middle Kingdom, with its focus on stability, expansion, and administrative efficiency, laid the groundwork for the emergence of the New Kingdom, a period that would witness Egypt's transformation into a mighty empire. The achievements of the Middle Kingdom set the stage for future greatness. The pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom, through their shrewd leadership and ambitious endeavors, ensured that Egypt would rise again to reclaim its place as a dominant force in the ancient world. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring strength and resilience of the Egyptian civilization. Thebes, the heart of ancient Egypt. Nestled on the banks of the Nile, Thebes was more than just a city. It was the beating heart of a civilization, showcasing human ambition, faith, and artistry. Join us as we uncover the rich history and significance of this ancient city, exploring its grand temples, its royal tombs, and its pivotal role in shaping the story of ancient Egypt. Thebes, even in its ruined state, whispers of a time when it was the religious epicenter of ancient Egypt, particularly during the powerful New Kingdom. Imagine a city alive with the sound of priestly chants, the air thick with the scent of incense burning in honor of Amun-Ra, the king of the gods. Here, within the colossal Karnak temple complex, the Egyptians paid homage to their deities in ceremonies of unparalleled grandeur. The temple, a sprawling testament to their faith, grew over centuries, each pharaoh adding his own mark to this sacred landscape. Luxor Temple, bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, was a place for ordinary Egyptians to connect with the divine. Together, these two temples formed the spiritual heart of Thebes, a place where the earthly and the divine intertwined. The ancient Egyptians believed in a life after death, a belief reflected in the grandeur of their tombs. Just across the Nile, on the west bank, lies the Theban necropolis, a city of the dead as magnificent as the city of the living. Here, in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens, pharaohs and their consorts were laid to rest, surrounded by treasures they believed would accompany them into the afterlife. The tomb of Tutankhamun, a relatively minor pharaoh, yielded a treasure trove of artifacts that captivated the world's imagination. But perhaps even more impressive are the elaborate tombs of rulers like Seti I and Ramses VI. their walls adorned with vibrant scenes from the Book of the Dead. Dotting the landscape are the mortuary temples, grand structures built not for the dead but for their memory. These temples, along with the royal tombs, stand as silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of Egypt's past. For centuries, Thebes was more than just a religious centre. It was the vibrant heart of a nation, the capital of a mighty empire. Imagine the bustling streets of Thebes during its zenith, a time when it was known as the City of 100 Gates. Thebes' rise to prominence began during the Middle Kingdom, when Mentuhotep II reunited the two lands after a period of division. He moved the capital to Thebes, laying the foundation for its future glory. But it was during the New Kingdom that Thebes truly flourished, reaching the pinnacle of its power and influence. Under the rule of powerful pharaohs like Thutmose III and Amenhotep III, Thebes became a metropolis, a hub of international trade and a centre of art and culture. The city's wealth was evident in its grand temples, its opulent palaces, and the luxurious lifestyle of its elite. Yet, even after losing its political dominance, Thebes remained a city of immense religious and cultural significance, a testament to its glorious past. Few sights on earth can compare to the awe-inspiring grandeur of the Karnak temple complex. Imagine standing before this colossal structure, its towering pylons reaching towards the heavens, a symbol of human devotion and architectural genius. Karnak was not simply a temple. It was a city within a city, a complex of temples, chapels and monuments dedicated to the Theban triad Amun-Ra, Mut and Khonsu. The hypostyle hall, with its forest of massive columns, is perhaps the most iconic image of Karnak. The construction of Karnak spanned over 2 millennia, with each successive pharaoh feeling compelled to leave his mark on this sacred complex. From the massive pylons and obelisks to the intricate reliefs and inscriptions that adorn its walls, Karnak stands as a testament to the ambition, ingenuity, and deep religious fervour of the ancient Egyptians. The story of Thebes is not just one of religious devotion and architectural grandeur, it is also a story of conflict and resilience. Thebes found itself at the heart of several pivotal moments in Egyptian history, times when the very existence of the kingdom was threatened. One such period was the Second Intermediate Period, a time of turmoil and division when Egypt fell under the rule of the Hyksos, a foreign power from the Levant. The Hyksos, with their superior weaponry and military tactics, conquered much of Lower Egypt, pushing the native Egyptian rulers south. Thebes, however, refused to submit. Theban rulers, seeing themselves as the true heirs to the pharaonic legacy, waged a long and bloody war against the Hyksos, a conflict that would determine the fate of Egypt. Finally, under the leadership of Ahmose I, the founder of the 18th dynasty, the Egyptians triumphed. Ahmose I, a Theban prince, drove the Hyksos out of Egypt, reuniting the two lands and ushering in a new era of Egyptian power and prosperity. Thebes, at its zenith, was more than just a political and religious capital. It was the cultural heart of ancient Egypt, a city alive with creativity and artistic innovation. Imagine the workshops of Thebes, filled with skilled artisans, sculptors, painters, weavers, their hands bringing life to stone, wood and fabric, transforming them into works of breathtaking beauty. The tombs and temples of the Theban necropolis offer a glimpse into this vibrant artistic tradition. The walls of these structures are adorned with intricate murals and carvings, each one a masterpiece that speaks volumes about the artistic skill and the religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. Theban artists and craftsmen were renowned throughout the ancient world for their skill. Thebes became a centre for the production of luxury goods, from exquisite jewellery and finely crafted furniture to colourful textiles and beautifully painted pottery. Thebes' rise to prominence was fuelled, in part, by its strategic location. Situated on the banks of the Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, Thebes controlled the agricultural wealth of the surrounding region. Thebes' location also made it a natural hub for trade. Caravans laden with exotic goods from Nubia to the south and Punt to the east converged on Thebes, bringing with them gold, ivory, ebony, incense and other treasures. The wealth generated by this trade enriched the city, filling the coffers of the pharaohs and enabling them to embark on ambitious building projects and military campaigns. The opulence of Thebes was evident in its grand temples and monuments, its luxurious palaces and the lavish lifestyle of its elite. Even the mightiest of empires are not immune to the tides of time. Thebes, for centuries the heart of a civilization, eventually experienced a slow decline, its power and influence waning as new powers rose to prominence in the ancient world. The first blow came in 663 BCE, when the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal sacked Thebes. The Assyrians, a ruthless and efficient military force, had conquered much of the Near East, and Egypt, weakened by internal strife and economic decline, was unable to withstand their onslaught. The sack of Thebes by the Assyrians was a traumatic event for the Egyptians. The city, once considered invincible, was plundered and burned, its temples desecrated, its treasures carried off to Assyria as spoils of war. Thebes never fully recovered from the Assyrian sack. Centuries later, under Roman rule, Thebes was again sacked, this time after a revolt against Roman authority. Thebes may lie in ruins, its grand temples and palaces reduced to rubble, but its story continues to resonate across the millennia. The remains of this once great city, spread across the modern-day city of Luxor, are now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to their enduring historical, architectural and cultural significance. The Karnak and Luxor temple complexes, the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, and the numerous other tombs, temples and monuments scattered across the Theban necropolis offer an unparalleled glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt. Today, Thebes is one of Egypt's most popular tourist destinations, attracting visitors from all corners of the globe. Thebes was more than just a physical city. It was a powerful symbol woven deeply into the fabric of Egyptian mythology and religious belief. The Egyptians believed that Thebes was the earthly counterpart of the primordial mound that emerged from the waters of chaos at the beginning of creation. It was here, in the heart of Thebes, that the god Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, was said to have first emerged, bringing light and order to the world. Thebes' association with Amun-Ra elevated it to a position of supreme religious significance. The Opet Festival, one of the most important events in the Egyptian religious calendar, was celebrated annually in Thebes. Thebes, in the eyes of the ancient Egyptians, was a sacred city, a place where the boundaries between the earthly and the divine were blurred. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the ancient city of Thebes. From its grand temples that scraped the sky to the whispers of pharaohs in the Valley of the Kings, Thebes stands as a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and the enduring power of belief. Deep in the heart of Nubia, where the Nile River flows through the sands of time, lies a land steeped in history and mystery. This ancient region, with its vast deserts and fertile riverbanks, has been a cradle of civilization for millennia. Here stand the colossal temples of Abu Simbel, a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. These towering monuments, carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, are guarded by 4 colossal statues of Ramesses II. Each statue, with its intricate details and imposing presence, tells the story of a time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Their imposing figures, each reaching over 65 feet in height, have captivated travelers and explorers for centuries. These statues are not just stone carvings, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egypt. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple complex. It's a testament to the power and ambition of one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated pharaohs. The walls of the temples are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings that depict the might and achievements of Ramesses II. The temple's location was strategically chosen. Nestled on the border between Egypt and Nubia, it served as a sentinel, watching over the lands and resources that were vital to the kingdom's prosperity. It sits on the border between Egypt and Nubia, a region rich in gold and other resources. The Nile River, flowing serenely nearby, was a lifeline providing water, transportation and sustenance to the people of this ancient land. The imposing facade served as a powerful statement to any who dared to enter Egypt's southern frontier. It was a declaration of strength and a warning to potential invaders. It declared the might and authority of Ramesses II, reminding all of his dominion over these lands. The inscriptions and carvings are not just decorative, they are a chronicle of a ruler's legacy, etched in stone for eternity. As the sun sets over Abu Simbel, casting long shadows over the statues, one can't help but feel a sense of awe. The guardians of Nubia stand as silent sentinels, watching over the land and its people, a reminder of a glorious past that continues to inspire and captivate. Under the starlit sky, the temples of Abu Simbel come alive with a mystical glow. The guardians of Nubia, bathed in the soft light, seem almost ethereal, as if whispering the secrets of the ages to those who listen. Visitors from around the world come to witness this marvel, their faces reflecting the wonder and admiration that these ancient guardians inspire. The legacy of Ramesses II and the grandeur of Abu Simbel continue to leave an indelible mark on all who behold them. Ramesses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC, is considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. His reign was marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and a flourishing of art and culture. Abu Simbel, his most impressive architectural achievement, was intended to immortalize his legacy and honor the gods of ancient Egypt. Over time, the sands of the desert swallowed Abu Simbel. The temples lay forgotten for centuries, their existence known only through local legends. Then, in 1813, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon the site. He was captivated by the sight of the colossal statues peeking out from beneath the sand. A monumental rescue, the Great Relocation. In the 1960s, the construction of the Aswan High Dam posed a significant threat to Abu Simbel. The rising waters of Lake Nasser, the reservoir created by the dam, would have submerged the temples entirely.
To save this ancient wonder, UNESCO launched an unprecedented international rescue operation. The temples were carefully cut into massive blocks, each weighing between 20 and 30 tons. These blocks were then transported and reassembled on higher ground 200 feet above the original site.
The relocation was a remarkable feat of engineering and international cooperation, ensuring the preservation of Abu Simbel for generations to come. The temples of Abu Simbel are not just architectural marvels, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, these temples have stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Abu Simbel consists of two temples. These monumental structures were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC. They were intended to demonstrate the power and divine nature of the pharaoh. The larger temple, the Great Temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II himself, as well as the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti and Ptah. The facade of the Great Temple is dominated by four colossal statues of Ramesses II, each standing over 20 meters tall, gazing out across the desert. The interior is a labyrinth of halls and chambers adorned with intricate reliefs and towering statues. These halls were designed to impress and inspire awe, with every surface covered in detailed carvings that tell the story of Ramesses II's reign and his divine right to rule.
The small temple is dedicated to Ramesses II's beloved wife, Queen Nefertari and the goddess Hathor. This temple is equally impressive, with its own set of statues and carvings that celebrate the queen's beauty and grace. The walls of both temples are covered in detailed carvings. These carvings are not just decorative, they are a visual record of the beliefs, achievements, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These carvings depict scenes from Ramesses II's reign, including his military victories, religious ceremonies, and family life. They provide a glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt, showing us the pharaoh's prowess in battle, his devotion to the gods, and his role as a family man.
The vibrant colours, miraculously preserved for millennia, bring these ancient stories to life. The hues of red, blue, yellow and green are as vivid today as they were thousands of years ago, allowing us to connect with the past in a way that words alone cannot convey. As we explore these temples, we are not just looking at stone and paint. We are stepping into a world that has been carefully crafted to honour the gods and immortalise the legacy of one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. One of the most remarkable features of Abu Simbel is its astronomical alignment. Twice a year, on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun penetrates the great temple's inner sanctuary. The sunlight illuminates the statues of Ramesses II and the gods Amun and Ra-Horakhti, bathing them in a golden glow. This phenomenon, a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, is believed to have coincided with significant events in Ramesses II's reign, such as his coronation or the start of the harvest season. The story of Abu Simbel is one of survival against all odds. Over the millennia, the temples have withstood the ravages of time, including natural disasters such as sandstorms and earthquakes. Yet they have remained remarkably well preserved, a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders. From its creation by a powerful pharaoh to its rediscovery by intrepid explorers and its ultimate relocation to escape the rising waters, the history of Abu Simbel is a tale of human ingenuity and perseverance. The temples are a source of inspiration, reminding us of the incredible achievements of the past and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The ongoing preservation efforts at Abu Simbel ensure that this remarkable site will continue to inspire and educate people for many years to come. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to protecting and celebrating the rich history and cultural achievements of our ancestors. Few figures in history command the awe and intrigue of Alexander the Great. His name echoes through the annals of time, a symbol of unparalleled ambition and military genius. This Macedonian king, born in 356 BC, conquered vast swathes of the ancient world, creating an empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. His campaigns were marked by strategic brilliance and relentless determination, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. His influence extended beyond the battlefield, shaping the cultural and intellectual landscape of the regions he conquered. Yet the final resting place of this legendary conqueror remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite numerous accounts and theories, the exact location of Alexander's tomb has eluded discovery for over 2 millennia. The search for Alexander's tomb has captivated historians, archaeologists and treasure hunters for centuries, each driven by the hope of uncovering one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time, fueled by tantalizing clues and a profound desire to uncover the secrets buried within. Ancient texts and historical records provide hints, but none have led to a definitive discovery. The significance of finding Alexander's tomb extends far beyond the recovery of lost treasure or the confirmation of historical records. It represents a bridge to the past, a direct link to one of history's most influential figures. Within that lost mausoleum lies the potential to unlock a deeper understanding of Alexander himself, his beliefs, his ambitions, and his legacy. The artifacts and inscriptions within could provide unprecedented insights into his life and the era he dominated. The tomb's discovery would offer invaluable insights into the funerary practices, artistry, and cultural exchange of the Hellenistic period, a time when Alexander's conquests forged connections between East and West. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great's triumphant reign was cut short in Babylon. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, with theories ranging from illness to poisoning. Some accounts describe a high fever, while others point to the possibility of assassination by rivals within his own ranks. Regardless of the cause, Alexander's death plunged his vast empire into chaos. Without a clear heir, his generals, known as the Diadochi, engaged in a bitter power struggle that would last for decades. Amidst this turmoil, the fate of Alexander's body became a matter of immediate concern. Tradition dictated that a king of Alexander's stature deserved a lavish burial and a magnificent tomb. However, the logistics of preserving and transporting his body presented a considerable challenge in the ancient world. The journey from Babylon to his Macedonian homeland was long and arduous, and the summer heat posed a significant risk of decomposition. One of Alexander's most trusted generals, Ptolemy the Vosota, ultimately took possession of the king's body. Ptolemy, a man of great ambition and vision, saw in Alexander's remains not just the body of a fallen leader, but a powerful symbol that could cement his own authority and legacy. Ptolemy, who would later establish himself as the ruler of Egypt, initially transported Alexander's remains to Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt. Memphis, a city steeped in history and tradition, was a fitting temporary resting place for the great conqueror. The journey to Memphis was a grand procession, reflecting the reverence and respect Alexander commanded even in death. There, Alexander was embalmed by Egyptian priests, masters of the art of preserving the dead. The embalming process was intricate and sacred, involving rituals and techniques perfected over millennia. The priests, with their deep knowledge of mummification, ensured that Alexander's body would be preserved for eternity, a testament to his enduring legacy. Memphis, however, was not intended to be Alexander's final resting place. Ptolemy had grander plans, envisioning a tomb that would reflect the greatness of Alexander and serve as a symbol of his own rule. The discussions and planning for this monumental task were extensive, involving architects, artisans, and scholars. Ptolemy envisioned a grander tomb for his former king and comrade, a monument that would not only honor Alexander, but also legitimize Ptolemy's own claim to power and his vision for a new Hellenistic dynasty in Egypt. The construction of this tomb was a massive undertaking, requiring resources and labor on an unprecedented scale. It was a project that would take years to complete, but Ptolemy was determined to see it through. Thus began the construction of a magnificent tomb in Alexandria, the vibrant cosmopolitan city Ptolemy founded on the shores of the Mediterranean. Alexandria, with its strategic location and cultural significance, was the perfect site for Alexander's final resting place. The city itself was a testament to Ptolemy's vision, a melting pot of cultures and ideas, reflecting the Hellenistic ideals of knowledge and progress. The exact location and design of this tomb remain a subject of debate, but historical accounts describe a structure of remarkable grandeur, adorned with precious materials and guarded by a contingent of soldiers. The tomb was not just a burial site, but a monument to Alexander's achievements and Ptolemy's aspirations. It was a place where the past and future converged, a symbol of continuity and change. Alexander's tomb in Alexandria quickly became a site of pilgrimage and veneration. People from all walks of life, from scholars to soldiers, made the journey to pay their respects. The tomb became a focal point for the Hellenistic world, a place where people could connect with the legacy of Alexander and the new era Ptolemy was ushering in. people from across the Hellenistic world flocked to pay their respects to the fallen conqueror, transforming his tomb into a symbol of Alexander's enduring legacy and Ptolemy's burgeoning power. The tomb was more than just a final resting place. It was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the greatness that could be achieved through vision and determination. Alexander's journey did not end with his death. It continued through the lives and aspirations of those who came after him, forever etched in the annals of history. Despite its initial prominence, Alexander's tomb in Alexandria seemingly vanished from the historical record. This disappearance has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, sparking numerous quests and expeditions to uncover its secrets. The tomb, once a symbol of Alexander the Great's unparalleled legacy, now exists only in the annals of history and the imaginations of those who seek it. While ancient writers provided detailed descriptions of the tomb's splendor and the rituals performed there, concrete information about its precise location and ultimate fate remains elusive. These descriptions paint a picture of a grand mausoleum adorned with precious metals and intricate carvings, a fitting tribute to one of history's most legendary figures. Yet, despite these vivid accounts, the physical evidence of the tomb's existence has remained frustratingly out of reach. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the tomb's disappearance. Scholars have pored over ancient texts, debated the reliability of historical accounts, and examined every clue with meticulous care. Some suggest that the tomb was hidden deliberately to protect it from grave robbers, while others believe it was simply forgotten as the city of Alexandria evolved and expanded. Some historians believe that the tomb was destroyed during periods of unrest and upheaval that plagued Alexandria throughout its history. The city, a melting pot of cultures and a hub of trade, was no stranger to conflict. Riots, invasions, and political turmoil could have easily led to the tomb's destruction, its treasures looted, and its structure reduced to rubble. Earthquakes, fires, and the destructive fury of various conquerors all left their mark on the city, potentially obliterating Alexander's tomb in the process. Natural disasters, such as the devastating earthquake of 365 AD, reshaped the landscape of Alexandria, toppling buildings and altering the course of history. Fires, too, ravaged the city, consuming everything in their path, including perhaps the final resting place of Alexander the Great. Another theory suggests that the tomb might have been lost more gradually, swallowed by the shifting sands of time. As centuries passed, the once majestic structure could have been buried beneath layers of sand and debris, hidden from view and forgotten by the world. Nature, relentless and unyielding, has a way of reclaiming what was once hers, erasing the marks of human achievement. Alexandria's coastline is known to have shifted over the centuries, with portions of the ancient city now submerged beneath the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The relentless advance of the sea, combined with the gradual erosion of the coastline, has transformed the landscape dramatically. Entire sections of the city, once bustling with life, now lie beneath the waves, silent witnesses to a bygone era. It is possible that Alexander's tomb, or at least parts of it, met a similar fate, buried beneath layers of sediment and lost to the encroaching sea. Underwater archaeological explorations have uncovered remnants of ancient Alexandria, offering tantalizing glimpses into the past. Yet the tomb of Alexander the Great remains elusive, a mystery waiting to be unraveled by future generations of explorers and historians. Cleopatra VII was born in 69 BC, the daughter of Ptolemy XIV Auletes, the Pharaoh of Egypt. Her family, the Ptolemies, were of Macedonian Greek origin, descendants of one of Alexander the Great's generals. Despite their heritage, the Ptolemies embraced Egyptian culture, and Cleopatra, unlike many of her predecessors, learned the Egyptian language and customs. Cleopatra ascended to the throne in 51 BC at the age of 18, ruling jointly with her younger brother Ptolemy XIII. However, the young queen's reign began amidst political turmoil. Egypt was a wealthy prize, coveted by Rome, the rising power in the Mediterranean. Cleopatra's early years on the throne were marked by power struggles with her brother and his advisors. The young queen, however, possessed a sharp intellect and a keen understanding of politics. She was determined to secure her position and restore Egypt to its former glory. The joint rule of Cleopatra and Ptolemy XIII was fraught with tension. The young pharaoh's advisors, particularly the eunuch Pothinus and the general Achillas, sought to sideline Cleopatra and consolidate their own power. In 48 BC, they succeeded in forcing Cleopatra from Alexandria, the capital of Egypt. Exiled and facing the loss of her throne, Cleopatra refused to accept defeat. She gathered an army in southern Egypt, determined to reclaim her birthright. Meanwhile, a new player entered the Egyptian stage. Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general, arrived in Alexandria, pursuing his rival Pompey the Great. Cleopatra saw an opportunity in Caesar's arrival. She famously smuggled herself into Alexandria, reportedly hidden in a rug, to plead her case directly to the Roman general. Caesar, impressed by her intelligence and charisma, agreed to support her claim to the throne. Caesar's intervention in Egyptian affairs led to a brief but fierce conflict known as the Alexandrian War. Caesar, with Cleopatra's forces, faced the army of Ptolemy XIII. The war culminated in a decisive battle on the Nile River, where Ptolemy's forces were routed, and the young pharaoh himself drowned while trying to escape. With her enemies vanquished, Cleopatra was restored to the throne, now ruling jointly with her even younger brother, Ptolemy XIV. However, it was clear that Cleopatra was the true power in Egypt, her position secured by the presence of Caesar and his legions. Caesar remained in Egypt for several months, captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence and charm. Their relationship, both political and personal, would have profound consequences for both Egypt and Rome. In 47 BC, Cleopatra gave birth to a son, Ptolemy Caesar, known to history as Caesarion, widely believed to be Caesar's son. Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar was multifaceted. It was a strategic alliance, securing her position on the throne and providing her with the backing of the most powerful man in the Roman world. Caesar, in turn, benefited from Egypt's wealth and resources, crucial for his ongoing campaigns. Beyond politics, however, their relationship was also one of mutual attraction and intellectual companionship. Cleopatra, fluent in several languages and well-versed in philosophy and the arts, was a captivating conversationalist. Caesar, for his part, was drawn to her intelligence, ambition, and regal bearing. Their affair caused a scandal in Rome, where Caesar's enemies seized upon it as evidence of his growing ambition and disregard for Roman tradition. Cleopatra, however, remained unfazed by Roman gossip. She accompanied Caesar to Rome in 46 BC, where she was received with a mixture of curiosity and disapproval. Section 5. The Queen and the General, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Cleopatra returned to Egypt. The Roman Republic was plunged into civil war, and Cleopatra carefully watched the unfolding events. She knew that Egypt's fate was closely tied to the outcome of the Roman power struggle. One of the key figures in the post-Caesar Roman world was Mark Antony, Caesar's close friend and loyal general. In 41 BC, Antony summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus in modern-day Turkey to answer for her alleged support of his enemies. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, saw this as an opportunity to forge a new alliance with a powerful Roman leader. She arrived in Tarsus in grand style, sailing up the Cydnus River on a lavishly decorated barge dressed as the goddess Aphrodite. Antony, known for his love of luxury and spectacle, was completely captivated. Section 6. The Eastern Dream, Cleopatra and Antony's Ambitions. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship quickly blossomed into both a passionate love affair and a strategic alliance. They shared a vision of a powerful Eastern empire with Egypt at its heart, challenging the dominance of Rome. Cleopatra provided Antony with financial and military support, crucial for his campaigns against Caesar's assassins and his rivals for power in Rome. Their alliance, however, was viewed with suspicion and hostility in Rome. Antony's enemies portrayed Cleopatra as a manipulative seductress, bent on ensnaring him and using him to further her own ambitions. Antony's public pronouncements, including his decision to bestow upon Cleopatra and their children territories in the east, further fueled these suspicions. Despite the growing opposition in Rome, Cleopatra and Antony continued to consolidate their power in the east. Cleopatra bore Antony 3 children twins, Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selina, and another son, Ptolemy Philadelphus. While Cleopatra and Antony were building their power base in the east, a new threat was emerging in Rome. Octavian, Caesar's great-nephew and adopted heir, was steadily consolidating his own power. Octavian, a shrewd politician and a ruthless strategist, skillfully exploited Roman anxieties about Antony's relationship with Cleopatra and his perceived Easternization. He presented himself as the defender of Roman tradition and virtue, portraying Antony as a traitor, bewitched by a foreign queen. The conflict between Antony and Octavian escalated into open warfare in 32 BC. Octavian declared war on Cleopatra, skillfully framing the conflict as a war against a foreign enemy rather than a civil war against a fellow Roman. The decisive clash between the forces of Cleopatra and Antony and those of Octavian took place in 31 BC at the Battle of Actium, off the western coast of Greece. The battle was a naval engagement, and despite having a larger fleet, Cleopatra and Antony were decisively defeated. The reasons for their defeat were complex. Antony's forces were plagued by desertions, and his battle plans were hampered by indecision and delays. Cleopatra's fleet, while powerful, was ultimately outmaneuvered by Octavian's admiral, Agrippa. The defeat at Actium was a disaster for Cleopatra and Antony. They managed to escape to Egypt, but their forces were shattered, and their dreams of an Eastern empire lay in ruins. Octavian, triumphant, prepared to deliver the final blow. In 30 BC, Octavian's forces invaded Egypt, meeting little resistance. Antony, facing defeat and despair, committed suicide. Cleopatra, unwilling to be paraded through the streets of Rome as a captive in Octavian's triumph, also chose to end her own life. The exact circumstances of Cleopatra's death are shrouded in mystery and legend. The most famous account claims that she died from a venomous snakebite, allowing an asp to bite her. Other accounts suggest she may have used a poisoned hairpin or other means. Regardless of the method, Cleopatra's death on August 12, 30 BC, marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the absorption of Egypt into the Roman Empire. Octavian, now the undisputed master of the Roman world, had achieved his goal, but at a high cost. Cleopatra, in death, had denied him the ultimate victory of capturing her alive. Her legend, however, would live on, ensuring her place in history as one of the most captivating and controversial figures of the ancient world. Cleopatra's story has captivated imaginations for centuries. She has been the subject of countless works of art, literature and film, her image transformed and reinterpreted through the lens of different cultures and historical periods. Was she a ruthless seductress who used her charms to manipulate powerful men, or a shrewd and capable ruler who fought to preserve her kingdom in a time of turmoil? The truth, as is often the case with historical figures, likely lies somewhere in between these extremes. Cleopatra's legacy is complex and multifaceted. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, a queen who navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics with intelligence and determination. She was a lover, a mother, and a ruler who left an indelible mark on history. Her story, a blend of political intrigue, passionate romance, and ultimate tragedy, continues to fascinate and inspire, ensuring that Cleopatra's legend will endure for generations to come. The Rosetta Stone is one of the most famous ancient artifacts in the world. The Rosetta Stone was rediscovered in July 1799 by French soldiers who were part of Napoleon Bonaparte's Egyptian campaign. They were tearing down an old wall at Fort Julian near the town of Rashid, or Rosetta, in the Nile Delta, when they unearthed the stone. It is a large stone slab, originally part of a larger stele made of granodiorite. This durable material has preserved the inscriptions remarkably well over the millennia. The stone is inscribed with a decree issued in 196 BC at Memphis, Egypt, in honor of the Ptolemaic king Ptolemy V Epiphanes. This decree was meant to affirm the royal cult of the young king and was a significant political document of its time. What makes the Rosetta Stone so special is that the decree is inscribed in 3 different scripts, a feature that has made it invaluable to linguists and historians. Hieroglyphs, the formal writing system of ancient Egypt, these intricate symbols were used primarily for religious texts and monumental inscriptions. Demotic script, a cursive script used in everyday life. This script was the common script of the people, used for daily transactions and record-keeping. And finally, ancient Greek. The presence of these 3 scripts is what ultimately allowed scholars to decipher hieroglyphs, which had been a mystery for centuries. News of the Rosetta Stone's discovery quickly spread throughout Europe, sparking a race among scholars to be the first to decipher the hieroglyphs. Among those who took up the challenge were Thomas Young, an English polymath, and Jean-François Champollion, a French philologist. Young made significant progress in deciphering the Demotic script, identifying several phonetic signs and correctly identifying the cartouche, or royal name ring, of Ptolemy. However, it was Champollion who would ultimately crack the code of hieroglyphs. The breakthrough came in 1822 when French scholar Jean-François Champollion announced that he had deciphered the hieroglyphs, opening up a new era of Egyptology. The Rosetta Stone thus stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Champollion built upon Young's work, using his knowledge of Coptic, the last stage of the ancient Egyptian language, to identify phonetic correspondences between the Greek and hieroglyphic texts. In 1822, he had a breakthrough when he realized that the hieroglyphic signs in Ptolemy's cartouche represented the sounds of his name in Greek. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of hieroglyphs, demonstrating that they were not simply pictographs or ideograms, but a complex system of writing that included phonetic elements. Champollion's work laid the foundation for the modern study of ancient Egyptian language and culture. The decipherment of hieroglyphs had a profound impact on our understanding of ancient Egypt. It allowed scholars to read the countless inscriptions and texts that had previously been indecipherable, opening up a vast new window into Egyptian history, religion, and culture. We now know much more about the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians, their beliefs and practices, and their interactions with other cultures. The Rosetta Stone, therefore, played a pivotal role in unlocking the secrets of one of the world's oldest civilizations. The Rosetta Stone, a granodiorite stele inscribed with a decree issued in Memphis, Egypt, in 196 BC, has a fascinating history that spans centuries and continents. Following Napoleon's defeat in Egypt in 1801, the Rosetta Stone, along with other antiquities collected by the French, became the property of the British under the terms of the Treaty of Alexandria. This treaty marked a significant moment in history, as it not only ended the French campaign in Egypt, but also transferred a wealth of knowledge and artifacts to British hands. The stone was transported to England and presented to King George III, who donated it to the British Museum in 1802. The journey of the Rosetta Stone from Egypt to England was a monumental task, involving careful planning and execution to ensure its safe arrival. Upon its arrival, it was immediately recognized for its potential to unlock the secrets of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. The Rosetta Stone has been on display at the British Museum ever since, becoming one of its most popular exhibits. Its presence has not only attracted scholars and historians, but also inspired countless visitors to delve into the mysteries of ancient civilizations. The stone's inscriptions, written in three scripts, Greek, Demotic and hieroglyphic, provided the key to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, a breakthrough that revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt. Millions of visitors from around the world flock to see the stone each year, marveling at its historical significance. The Rosetta Stone stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Its journey from the sands of Egypt to the halls of the British Museum is a story of cultural exchange, discovery, and the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. The Rosetta Stone's legacy extends far beyond its physical presence in the British Museum. Its discovery and decipherment sparked a renewed interest in ancient Egypt, leading to countless archaeological excavations and scholarly studies. The stone has become an iconic symbol of our ability to unlock the mysteries of the past. It serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural heritage and the power of human ingenuity. The Rosetta Stone's fame has transcended academia, becoming a popular cultural icon. Its image has been used in countless books, films, television shows, and video games. The phrase Rosetta Stone has even entered the English lexicon as a metaphor for anything that holds the key to understanding a complex problem or mystery. The Rosetta Stone is more than just a stone slab with inscriptions. It is a key that unlocked the secrets of ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago along the banks of the Nile River. It is a tangible link to one of the world's oldest civilizations, a bridge connecting us to a time when pharaohs ruled and monumental pyramids were constructed. The Rosetta Stone is a testament to the enduring power of language, showcasing the intricate hieroglyphics that once conveyed the stories, laws, and beliefs of an ancient people. It stands as a symbol of our insatiable curiosity about the past, driving scholars and archaeologists to uncover the mysteries that lie beneath the sands of time. Its discovery and decipherment revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt, providing the key to translating hieroglyphics and opening up a vast new window into a world that had long been shrouded in mystery. This newfound knowledge allowed us to piece together the history, culture, and daily life of a civilization that had been lost to the ages, revealing the grandeur and complexity of ancient Egyptian society. The Rosetta Stone continues to captivate and inspire us today, drawing visitors from around the world to marvel at its inscriptions and the stories they tell. It serves as a reminder of the enduring power of human curiosity, the drive to explore, learn, and understand our past. The importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage cannot be overstated, as it connects us to our roots and helps us understand the journey of humanity through the ages. The Rosetta Stone is a beacon of this heritage, a timeless artifact that continues to illuminate the path of discovery. The sands of time have long concealed the daily lives of those who lived in ancient Egypt. Yet beneath the scorching desert sun, whispers from the past remain. Tombs, adorned with intricate paintings and carvings, offer us a unique window into their world. These vibrant scenes, preserved for thousands of years, provide a glimpse into the lives of ancient Egyptians, including their children. The Egyptians believed in life after death, a realm mirroring their earthly existence. They meticulously decorated their tombs with scenes from their daily lives, hoping to carry these experiences into the afterlife. These images, frozen in time, offer us invaluable insights into their customs, beliefs, and even the games their children played. Stepping into the painted chambers of ancient Egyptian tombs is like stepping back in time. We are transported to a world teeming with activity where children are not merely passive observers, but active participants in the bustle of daily life. The tombs, particularly those from the Old and Middle Kingdoms, are replete with scenes of children engaging in various activities. These images reveal a society that cherished childhood and recognized the importance of play. Children are often depicted alongside adults participating in chores and celebrations. Their presence in these scenes suggests a close-knit family structure where children were integral members of the household and community. The tomb of Mereruka, a high-ranking official from the 6th dynasty, offers a captivating glimpse into the world of ancient Egyptian children. Among the many vibrant scenes adorning its walls, we find depictions of children engaged in playful acrobatics. These agile youngsters twist and contort their bodies into impressive poses, showcasing their flexibility and balance. One scene depicts a group of children forming a human pyramid, their small bodies balanced precariously atop one another. Another shows a young girl gracefully arched backward, her hands touching the ground behind her. These acrobatic displays were not merely forms of amusement. They were likely part of religious festivals and celebrations, adding an element of spectacle and entertainment to these important events. The rock-cut tombs of Beni Hassan, dating back to the Middle Kingdom, provide further evidence of the importance of movement and dance in ancient Egyptian culture. These tombs, carved meticulously into the cliffs, stand as silent witnesses to the vibrant life that once thrived here. The tombs, belonging to provincial governors, feature scenes of children engaged in a whirling dance, their bodies spinning and twirling with joyous abandon. These images capture the essence of youthful exuberance and the communal spirit of the time. Similarly, the tomb of Keti showcases children caught in mid-twirl, their colourful garments swirling around them like vibrant blossoms. The vivid colours and dynamic poses bring these ancient scenes to life, allowing us to glimpse the past. These whirling dances, likely accompanied by music and rhythmic clapping, were not only a form of entertainment but also a way for children to express themselves creatively and connect with their cultural heritage. Through these dances, they celebrated their identity and passed down traditions from one generation to the next, ensuring the continuity of their rich cultural tapestry. The scorching Egyptian sun dictated much of daily life, and clothing was no exception. The intense heat and relentless sun shaped the way ancient Egyptians dressed, influencing their choice of materials and styles. Ancient Egyptian children, much like their adult counterparts, donned light and airy garments suited to the hot climate. These garments were designed to keep them cool and comfortable, allowing them to go about their daily activities without being hindered by the oppressive heat. Linen, a fabric woven from the flax plant, was the material of choice, its breathable nature providing comfort in the sweltering heat. The process of weaving linen was an essential skill, passed down through generations, ensuring that everyone had access to this vital fabric. Young children, particularly boys, were often depicted wearing little to no clothing, their bare skin allowing them to stay cool under the desert sun. This minimalistic approach to clothing was practical and efficient, helping them avoid overheating. Girls, as they grew older, would wear simple linen dresses, often held up by straps over the shoulders. These dresses were not only functional, but also allowed for a degree of modesty as they transitioned into adulthood. These lightweight garments allowed for ease of movement, essential for active children engaged in play and exploration. The freedom of movement provided by their clothing enabled them to fully enjoy their childhood, exploring the world around them without restriction. The ancient Egyptian concept of childhood extended beyond mere survival. It encompassed play and imagination. Archaeological excavations at Kahun, a workers' town associated with the pyramid of Senusret II, have unearthed a treasure trove of children's toys, providing tangible evidence of their playful pursuits. Among the finds are balls made of woven fibres, their simple construction belying hours of fun spent tossing and catching. Wooden sticks, resembling miniature javelins, hint at games of skill and accuracy, while small carved figurines of animals ignite the imagination, transporting children to a world of make-believe. These toys, simple yet enduring, offer a poignant reminder that the desire for play transcends time and culture. Play in ancient Egypt was not limited to physical activity, it also encompassed games of skill and strategy. These games were an integral part of daily life and were enjoyed by both the young and the old. Board games, in particular, were popular pastimes, enjoyed by people of all ages, including children. These games were often played in the evenings or during festivals, bringing families and communities together. Two of the most well-known ancient Egyptian board games are Senet and Mehen. These games have been discovered in various archaeological sites, indicating their widespread popularity. Senet, a game of strategy played on a long, narrow board with 30 squares, involved moving pieces according to the roll of dice. The game required careful planning and foresight to outmaneuver opponents. The game, often found depicted in tomb paintings, was believed to have religious significance, representing the journey of the soul through the afterlife. It was thought that mastering Senet could help one navigate the challenges of the afterlife. Mehen, named after the snake god, was played on a circular board resembling a coiled serpent. The unique design of the board added an extra layer of complexity to the game. Players would move their pieces around the board, attempting to capture their opponent's pieces. The game required strategic thinking and a deep understanding of the rules to succeed. These games not only provided entertainment, but also honed children's cognitive skills and strategic thinking. They were a vital part of education, teaching important life skills through play. The Nile River, the lifeblood of ancient Egypt, was not only a source of sustenance but also a playground for children seeking respite from the desert heat. Swimming was a popular activity, and tomb scenes often depict children frolicking in the river's cool waters. One scene shows a group of children splashing and playing in the shallows, their laughter echoing through the ages. Another depicts children swimming alongside adults, their bodies sleek and agile in the water. The Nile, despite its inherent dangers, provided a much-needed escape from the scorching sun, offering children a chance to cool off, socialize, and engage in carefree play. The scenes etched into the walls of ancient Egyptian tombs offer us a poignant and enduring glimpse into the lives of children who lived thousands of years ago. These images, imbued with a sense of timelessness, remind us that childhood, with its inherent joys and wonder, transcends time and cultural boundaries. While our knowledge of ancient Egyptian childhood remains fragmentary, these glimpses into their world paint a picture of a society that valued play, creativity, and the importance of family. The toys they cherished, the games they played, and the laughter that undoubtedly filled their days are testaments to the universality of childhood experiences. Have you ever pondered about the mysteries shrouded in the sun-kissed sands of ancient Egypt? A land steeped in history, Egypt is an enigma that continues to captivate the world. Its ancient civilization, dating back thousands of years, offers a treasure trove of archaeological wonders and historical significance. The allure of its pyramids, temples, and tombs have drawn inquisitive minds from every corner of the globe, each keen to unlock the secrets of the past. We will traverse the land of the pharaohs, discovering the architectural marvels of Giza, the enigmatic Sphinx, the royal tombs in the Valley of the Kings, the Grand Temple of Karnak, and the awe-inspiring Abu Simbel. Not to forget the Egyptian museum that houses a myriad of ancient artifacts. Each place a testament to the ingenuity and sophistication of a civilization that once was. Join us as we embark on a journey through time, exploring the top 10 places in Egypt that every history and archaeology enthusiast must visit. What would a voyage to Egypt be without beholding the grandeur of the pyramids of Giza? More than just colossal gravestones, these pyramids are a profound testament to the ancient Egyptians' architectural genius, their understanding of mathematics, and their deep fascination with the cosmos. Constructed around 4,500 years ago, these structures were designed as eternal resting places for pharaohs, the god-kings of their time. The largest of these, the Great Pyramid, was built for the pharaoh Khufu and comprised of over 2 million stone blocks. These pyramids also served as a celestial map, their precise alignment with the stars of Orion's belt reflecting the ancient Egyptians' belief in the pharaoh's divine ascension to the heavens. Their construction remains a mystery that continues to baffle the brightest minds. With no evidence of advanced tools or machinery, the sheer scale and precision of these structures are a marvel to behold. The pyramids of Giza, standing tall as a testament to ancient Egypt's architectural prowess and understanding of mathematics and astronomy. A stone's throw away from the pyramids, the Great Sphinx guards the Giza Plateau. This colossal statue, carved from a single piece of limestone, is a testament to the grandeur and mystery of ancient Egyptian civilization. The Sphinx, with the body of a lion and the head of a human, stretches over 200 feet in length and stands over 60 feet high. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, sparking debates amongst historians and archaeologists. Some believe it was built by the pharaoh Khafra around 2500 BC, while others suggest it may be far older. Its purpose, too, is a subject of speculation. Was it a celestial marker, a guardian of the sacred Giza Plateau, or a monument to a god? The Sphinx has weathered time and the elements, its features eroded, yet its imposing presence remains. The Sphinx, an enduring enigma, continues to captivate archaeologists and history buffs alike. Now we journey to the Valley of the Kings, the final resting place of Egypt's pharaohs. Tucked away in the heart of the Theban hills, this valley is a sacred cradle of history, a place where the sun sets on the glorious reigns of pharaohs. It was here, in this royal burial ground, that archaeologists unmasked the secrets of ancient Egyptian civilization. The discovery of the valley was a monumental leap for archaeology, a portal into the past that revealed the regal splendor of the New Kingdom era. Within the valley's depths lay a labyrinth of tombs, each a sanctuary for the royal dead. Among them, the tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king, stands out. Unearthed intact, it unveiled a treasure trove of artifacts, casting light on the life and death of the young pharaoh. The Valley of the Kings, a silent witness to the opulence and power of the pharaohs. Next, we explore the Temple of Karnak, a vast complex of sanctuaries and pylons. This awe-inspiring site was built over 2,000 years, with each pharaoh adding their touch, creating an architectural timeline of ancient Egypt. The temple, dedicated to the Theban triad of Amun, Mut and Khonsu, was more than a place of worship. It was the heart of Egypt's religious life, a vibrant city of priests. The temple's construction reflects the grandeur of the pharaohs who sought to please the gods with their architectural prowess. Every stone, every statue, every obelisk stands as a testament to their devotion. The hypostyle hall, with its towering columns reaching towards the heavens, is a sight to behold, symbolizing the reeds of the primordial mound, where Amun, the king of gods, first appeared. The Temple of Karnak, a magnificent tribute to the gods of ancient Egypt, a place where the divine met the terrestrial, where the gods walked among mortals, and where history was etched in stone. As we journey further south, we are greeted by the colossal statues of Abu Simbel. Carved directly into the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramses II, this ancient temple is a testament to Egypt's architectural genius. For more than 3,000 years, these gigantic effigies have stood guard, their gazes eternally fixed upon the southern frontier. But the survival of Abu Simbel was threatened in the mid-20th century with the construction of the Aswan High Dam. The rising waters of the Nile threatened to submerge the temple forever. However, an international effort led by UNESCO saved the day. The entire temple complex was painstakingly dismantled and relocated to higher ground. This significant feat of engineering preserved Abu Simbel for future generations to marvel at and learn from. Abu Simbel, a symbol of ancient Egypt's power and grandeur that continues to astonish us to this day. Back in Cairo, the Egyptian Museum houses a treasure trove of artifacts. This grand edifice, brimming with the tales of a bygone era, is a veritable labyrinth of history. Each exhibit, each artifact, is a page from the expansive book of ancient Egypt, inviting us to read, to explore, to understand. Among the myriad of treasures, the museum's collection boasts the riches of Tutankhamun. These priceless artifacts, found in the young pharaoh's tomb, offer a glittering glimpse into the opulence of royal life. The golden death mask, the intricate jewelry, the ornate chariots, each piece tells a story of power, of wealth, of a civilization steeped in mystique. The museum's royal mummy room is another jewel in its crown. Here, ancient kings and queens lie in serene repose, their faces frozen in time, their stories echoing through the millennia. The Egyptian Museum, a gateway to understanding the rich, complex tapestry of ancient Egyptian history. As we come to the end of our journey, one thing is clear. The allure of ancient Egypt is timeless. Traveling through this land, we've seen the enduring majesty of the pyramids of Giza, standing tall as a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. We've gazed upon the Great Sphinx, an enigmatic figure that has puzzled scholars for centuries. We've ventured into the Valley of the Kings, where the tombs of Egypt's greatest pharaohs lie in eternal slumber. We've marveled at the grandeur of the Temple of Karnak, a sprawling complex that resonates with the divine. We've admired the colossal statues of Abu Simbel, carved from the living rock to honor the gods and the mighty pharaoh Ramses II. And finally, we've explored the Egyptian Museum, a treasure trove of artifacts that tell us the stories of a civilization that was centuries ahead of its time. Each of these places holds a piece of the intricate puzzle that is Egypt's ancient history. But remember, this is far from the end. The sands of Egypt still hide many secrets waiting to be unearthed. Every year, archaeologists from around the globe make new discoveries that add more depth to our understanding of this remarkable civilization. The allure of the unknown, the thrill of the find, the joy of solving a mystery that's thousands of years old. This is what makes Egypt a dream destination for archaeologists and history enthusiasts alike. The past is a vast and fascinating place, and Egypt is one of its most captivating chapters. It's a story that's still being written, with every new discovery adding another layer to our understanding. So, while our journey may be ending for today, the exploration of Egypt's ancient wonders continues. Whether you're a history enthusiast, an archaeologist, or simply curious, Egypt's ancient wonders are waiting to be explored. Until then, keep the spirit of discovery alive. The Nile, lifeblood of ancient Egypt, its waters a source of sustenance, its rhythm a heartbeat echoing through the ages. For the ancient Egyptians, life was a tapestry woven with music and motion, dance an inseparable part of their world. From grand ceremonies to intimate gatherings, dance punctuated their existence. A celebration of life, a bridge to the divine. Imagine the sun-drenched land thousands of years ago. Hear the echoes of drums and flutes carried on the desert breeze. Picture the vibrant colours, the swirling fabrics, the rhythmic movements of dancers. This was ancient Egypt, a civilization that embraced dance in all its forms. Dance was not merely entertainment, it was a language, a way to communicate with the gods, to honour their pharaohs, to express joy and sorrow. It was woven into the very fabric of their society, a testament to their deep connection with the rhythms of life and the cosmos. The walls of ancient Egyptian tombs and temples whisper stories. Stories told not just in hieroglyphs and carvings, but in vibrant images of dancers. These paintings, frozen moments in time, offer a glimpse into the past. They capture the grace, the athleticism, and the sheer joy of dance in ancient Egypt. Look closely at the murals. Notice the elegant postures of the dancers, their limbs contorted in seemingly impossible positions. See the energy radiating from their bodies, the smiles on their faces. These images are not mere decorations, they are snapshots of a culture that lived and breathed dance. The tombs of the nobles are particularly revealing. Here, scenes of daily life unfold, including depictions of dancers entertaining at banquets. These images show us that dance was not just for rituals and ceremonies, it was also a part of everyday life, a source of pleasure and amusement. The evidence is clear. Dance was ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, permeating every level of society. From the pharaoh to the peasant, everyone danced. In the ancient Egyptian worldview, dance held cosmic significance. It was believed to have played a role in the creation of the universe. The god Osiris, often depicted as a mummified king, was also a god of vegetation and rebirth. His annual festival included dances that celebrated the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. Pharaohs used dance to assert their authority and connect with the divine. They performed rituals and dances to reinforce their status as intermediaries. These performances were grand spectacles designed to inspire awe. The said festival was a jubilee celebration performed by pharaohs after 30 years of rule. It included rituals and dances to rejuvenate the pharaoh's strength. Dance was a powerful tool to connect with the divine and ensure cosmic order. Who were these dancers who moved with such grace and precision? They came from all walks of life. Some were priests and priestesses trained from childhood to perform sacred rituals. Others were professional entertainers hired to perform at banquets and festivals. Among the most skilled and revered dancers were the women of the House of Music. These women, often attached to temples, dedicated their lives to music and dance. They were highly trained musicians, singers and dancers, and their performances were considered to be offerings to the gods. There were also specialized dancers, such as the Mu dancers, who performed acrobatic dances, and the dwarf dancers, who were often employed by the wealthy for their entertainment value. Regardless of their status, all dancers played an important role in Egyptian society, using their bodies and movements to connect with the divine, to entertain, and to tell stories. The ancient Egyptians were masters of adornment, and dance costumes were no exception. From the simplest linen kilts to elaborate headdresses and jewelry, dancers adorned themselves in ways that enhanced their movements and added to the visual spectacle. Female dancers often wore long, flowing dresses made of sheer linen. These dresses, sometimes pleated or draped, allowed for freedom of movement while still revealing the contours of the body. They might also wear beaded nets or vests over their dresses, adding another layer of texture and sparkle. Headdresses were an important part of the costume, often signifying the dancer's role or status. Some dancers wore simple wreaths of flowers, while others donned elaborate headdresses made of feathers, beads, and precious metals. These headdresses, some reaching several feet in height, would have swayed and shimmered with the dancer's every move. Dancers also wore jewelry, both real and costume. Necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and anklets all added to the visual impact of the performance. The jingle of these ornaments provided a rhythmic accompaniment to the music and enhanced the dancer's movements. No discussion of ancient Egyptian dance would be complete without mentioning the music. Music and dance were inseparable, each enhancing and complementing the other. The ancient Egyptians had a rich musical tradition, and their instruments were as varied as their dances. Percussion instruments played a central role, providing the driving rhythms that fueled the dances. Drums of various sizes and shapes were essential. Some were played with the hands, others with sticks. Clappers, cymbals, and sistrums, a type of rattle, added to the percussive texture. Wind instruments such as flutes, oboes and clarinets provided melodies and harmonies. The flute, in particular, was a popular instrument, its haunting sound evocative of both joy and sorrow. String instruments such as harps, lyres and lutes added depth and richness to the music. Imagine the sound of these instruments combined with the rhythmic clapping and chanting of the audience. The music would have been both exhilarating and hypnotic, transporting the dancers and viewers alike to another realm. Dance in ancient Egypt was not limited to religious rituals and funerary rites. It was also an integral part of celebrations, festivals, and everyday life. Dances were performed to celebrate births, marriages, harvests, and victories in battle. One of the most important festivals was the annual flooding of the Nile. This event, upon which all life in Egypt depended, was celebrated with great joy and abandon. Dances were performed to honor Hapi, the god of the Nile, and to ensure a bountiful harvest. Fertility dances, often performed by women, were another important genre. These dances, meant to ensure the continuation of life and the prosperity of the land, were characterized by their sensuality and earthiness. They often involved gestures and movements that mimicked the act of procreation. These celebratory dances, filled with joy, energy, and a zest for life, remind us that the ancient Egyptians, while deeply spiritual, also knew how to have fun. Death for the ancient Egyptians was not an end but a transition. It was a journey to the afterlife, a realm where the deceased would live on in spirit form. Dance played a crucial role in these funerary rituals, helping to guide the deceased on their journey and to ensure their safe passage to the underworld. Mourners often performed dances expressing grief and lamenting the loss of their loved ones. These dances, slow and mournful, were often accompanied by the wailing of mourners and the playing of flutes. Other dances, performed by priests and priestesses, were intended to appease the gods and to ensure the deceased's safe passage to the afterlife. These dances were often highly ritualized, involving specific steps, gestures, and incantations. One of the most important funerary rituals was the opening of the mouth ceremony. This ritual, intended to restore the deceased's senses and allow them to eat, drink, and speak in the afterlife, involved a series of symbolic gestures, including the use of a ritual adze to touch the mouth of the deceased's mummy or statue. The sands of time have buried much of ancient Egyptian civilization, yet the echoes of their dances still resonate. We find them in the graceful movements of belly dance, a dance form with roots in ancient Egyptian rituals and traditions. The undulating torso, the fluid arm movements, the emphasis on feminine grace and sensuality. These elements of belly dance can be traced back to the dances depicted in ancient Egyptian art. While the exact steps and movements have evolved over the centuries, the essence of ancient Egyptian dance lives on. The influence of ancient Egyptian dance can also be seen in other art forms, from the stylized movements of Egyptian folk dances to the choreography of modern ballets and operas inspired by ancient Egyptian themes. Dance in ancient Egypt was more than just entertainment. It was a way of life, a language, a bridge to the divine. Through dance, the ancient Egyptians expressed their deepest beliefs and connected with the rhythms of the cosmos. The legacy of ancient Egyptian dance lives on in the images carved on tombs and temples. As we gaze upon the pyramids and temples, let us remember the dances that once animated these spaces. Let us marvel at the enduring power of dance to connect us to the past. Deep in the heart of the Sinai Peninsula, amidst a rugged and unforgiving landscape, rises a mountain shrouded in mystery and legend. This is a place where the harshness of the desert meets the sublime beauty of nature, creating a setting that feels both timeless and otherworldly. Mount Sinai, known also as JBLMWS, Jabal Musa, in Arabic meaning Moses' mountain, has captivated the hearts and minds of people for millennia. It is a site of profound historical and spiritual significance, revered by multiple faiths and cultures. Its towering peaks and desolate beauty whisper tales of ancient prophets and divine encounters. The mountain stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, its rugged slopes etched with the stories of those who have come seeking answers and enlightenment. The very air around Mount Sinai seems to crackle with an unseen energy, a palpable sense of the sacred that has drawn pilgrims and seekers for centuries. Each step taken on its ancient paths feels like a journey through history, a connection to something greater than oneself. The silence of the desert, broken only by the wind whistling through the canyons, invites contemplation and introspection. It is a silence that speaks volumes, offering a space for reflection and a deeper understanding of one's place in the universe. It is a place where the veil between the earthly and the divine feels thin, where the echoes of ancient events still reverberate through the ages. The ancient ruins and relics scattered across the mountains serve as a testament to its enduring significance, a reminder of the countless souls who have been touched by its mystique. The history of Mount Sinai stretches back through the mists of time, intertwined with the very fabric of human civilization. The earliest mention of the mountain can be traced back to ancient Egyptian texts, where it was known as the Mountain of the Moon. The Egyptians believed that the goddess Hathor, the deity of love, beauty, music, dancing, fertility and joy, resided on the mountain. They mined turquoise in the area and built temples at its base, evidence of their deep reverence for this sacred place. The legacy of their presence can still be seen today in the ruins and artifacts scattered across the landscape. Mount Sinai holds a unique place in the history of the world's great Abrahamic religions. For Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, it is revered as the site where Moses received the Ten Commandments from God. This pivotal event, recounted in the Book of Exodus, forever linked Mount Sinai with divine revelation and the establishment of moral law. For Christians, Mount Sinai represents the tangible manifestation of God's covenant with his people. It symbolizes the meeting point between heaven and earth, a place where the divine will was made known to humanity. Muslims too revere Moses as a prophet and recognize the importance of Mount Sinai in his story. Over the centuries, Mount Sinai has become a tapestry woven with the threads of different cultures and beliefs. This sacred mountain stands as a testament to the rich history and spiritual significance that it holds for so many people around the world. Bedouin tribes, who have called the Sinai Desert home for generations, have their own stories and traditions associated with the mountain. These nomadic people have passed down their legends and customs through countless generations, each adding their own layer to the mountain's mystique. They believe that the mountain is inhabited by jinn, or spirits, and treat it with respect and reverence. The Bedouins' rituals and practices are deeply intertwined with the natural landscape, reflecting a profound connection to the earth and the unseen forces they believe dwell within it. For many, a visit to Mount Sinai is a deeply spiritual experience, a pilgrimage to a place where they can connect with the divine and reflect on the deeper meaning of life. Pilgrims from various faiths come here seeking solace, enlightenment, and a sense of peace that only such a sacred site can provide. The mountain has a way of stripping away the superficial and revealing the raw essence of the human spirit. In the quiet moments at the summit, one can feel a profound sense of clarity and purpose, as if the mountain itself whispers ancient truths to those who are willing to listen. Beyond its religious and historical significance, Mount Sinai is also home to a surprising array of natural wonders. Hidden within its canyons and valleys are ancient rock formations, secret springs, and a diverse range of plant and animal life. The mountain is a haven for ibexes, gazelles, and other desert creatures that have adapted to its harsh conditions. In an age of globalization and technological advancement, it is easy to feel disconnected from the natural world and the spiritual dimensions of life. Yet, Mount Sinai stands as a timeless reminder of the enduring power of faith, the beauty of the natural world, and the interconnectedness of all things. Whether one is drawn to Mount Sinai for its religious significance, its historical legacy, or simply its raw natural beauty, the mountain has a way of leaving an indelible mark on the soul. It is a place that challenges, inspires, and ultimately transforms. The traditional pilgrimage to the summit of Mount Sinai is a challenging but rewarding experience. There are two main routes to the top. The longer and more gradual ascent is via the Camel Trail, a winding path that can be traversed on foot or by camel. The more challenging but quicker route is the Steps of Repentance, a steep staircase of over 3,750 steps carved into the mountainside by a repentant monk. The ascent is usually made at night to avoid the scorching heat of the day and to reach the summit in time for sunrise. At the summit of Mount Sinai lies St. Catherine's Monastery, one of the oldest continuously operating Christian monasteries in the world. Founded in the 6th century AD, the monastery is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and houses a treasure trove of religious art, manuscripts and icons. The monastery's library is renowned for its collection of ancient texts, including the Codex Sinaiticus, one of the oldest surviving manuscripts of the Bible. The monastery is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the human spirit's ability to thrive in even the harshest of environments. Mount Sinai stands as a timeless symbol of faith, history, and natural wonder. For millennia, its towering peaks have drawn pilgrims, adventurers, and seekers from all over the world. Its story is interwoven with the very fabric of human civilization, and its legacy continues to inspire and intrigue us today. As long as humans gaze up at the stars and ponder the mysteries of life, Mount Sinai will continue to hold a special place in our hearts and imaginations. It is a place where the veil between heaven and earth feels thin, where the whispers of the divine can still be heard in the wind.
In the heart of the ancient world, along the banks of the majestic Nile River, a flourishing civilization emerged. A civilization whose lifeblood flowed not just from the Nile's waters, but from the bountiful flora that adorned its banks. Join us as we embark on a journey through time to explore the rich tapestry of plants that sustained and enriched ancient Egypt. The climate and unique geography of the Nile Delta offered a wide variety of plant species. Many of these plants served as sustenance for the ancient Egyptians and as valuable crops for trade. The Nile's consistent seasons allowed Egypt to sustain itself for centuries. As we delve deeper into the world of ancient Egypt's flora, we uncover not only the botanical richness, but also the cultural significance that these plants held. Join us on this captivating journey as we explore the flora of ancient Egypt, a testament to the ingenuity, spirituality, and enduring legacy of this remarkable civilization. One of the key factors that enabled the growth of this advanced society was the favorable climate of the Nile Delta. The Nile River, with its annual flooding, brought nutrient-rich silt that rejuvenated the soil, creating the ideal conditions for agriculture. The predictable flood cycle of the Nile allowed farmers to cultivate a wide variety of crops, ranging from grains like wheat and barley to vegetables like onions and garlic. The fertility of the Nile Delta was legendary, and it was often described as the gift of the Nile. In addition to crops, the Nile's waterways provided a natural irrigation system, allowing farmers to efficiently manage their fields. But the importance of the Nile extended beyond just agriculture. It was the lifeblood of the entire civilization, a source of drinking water, transportation, and sustenance for countless species of plants and animals. The Nile's consistent seasons allowed Egypt to sustain itself for centuries, and its banks teemed with a rich variety of flora. Yet, possibly the most iconic and versatile plant of ancient Egypt was the papyrus. Papyrus, scientifically known as Cyperus papyrus, was a tall sedge plant that grew in abundance along the water's edge of the Nile. Its slender stalks, topped with tufts of feathery leaves, reached skyward, creating lush green corridors along the riverbanks. The ancient Egyptians cherished papyrus for its many uses, some of which may surprise you. While it is widely recognized as a writing material, serving as the precursor to paper, the ancient Egyptians found numerous other functions for this remarkable plant. Papyrus was not just a medium for recording history, it was used to create sturdy ropes, durable sandals, and comfortable mats. The versatility of papyrus extended even further. Papyriform boats, crafted from the stems of the papyrus plant, were a common sight on the Nile. These boats served not only as practical vessels for transportation and fishing, but also as symbols of spiritual significance. They were often featured in paintings and reliefs and played a central role in ritualistic ceremonies. The papyrus plant, with its multifaceted utility, was a testament to the resourcefulness of the ancient Egyptians. But papyrus was just one element in the botanical mosaic that adorned the Nile Delta. The ancient Egyptians lived in harmony with nature, and the plants that surrounded them were not only sources of sustenance, but also integral to their culture and spirituality. One of the most important trees in ancient Egypt was the date palm, Phoenix dactylifera. Its sweet and nutritious fruits, known as dates, were a staple food in the Egyptian diet. The date palm not only provided sustenance, but also offered valuable resources. Its leaves were woven into baskets, mats, and even roofs for homes. The ancient Egyptians also used various parts of the date palm for medicinal purposes, demonstrating their deep knowledge of plant-based remedies. Alongside the date palm, the carob tree, Ceratonia siliqua, and the tamarisk tree, Tamarix spp, were commonly found along the banks of the Nile. The carob tree, with its long, pod-like fruits, provided a nutritious food source. Carob pods were not only consumed as a sweet treat, but were also used as a unit of measurement for precious commodities like gold, earning them the nickname Egyptian gold. Tamarisk trees, on the other hand, were known for their salt-tolerant nature. They played a vital role in preventing soil erosion and improving the overall ecological stability of the Nile Delta. In addition to their ecological importance, tamarisk trees provided wood for construction and fuel. As we explore further, we encounter the rich variety of fruits that adorned Egyptian orchards. The earliest fruit tree cultivated in ancient Egypt was the fig tree, Ficus carica. Its sweet, pear-shaped fruits were not only delicious, but also symbolized fertility and abundance. The cultivation of figs dates back to the early dynastic period. showcasing the long-standing connection between the Egyptians and their fruit trees. Over time, other fruit trees found their place in Egyptian orchards. The apple, Malus domestica, was introduced, offering a crisp and refreshing alternative to the fig. The pomegranate, Punica granatum, with its jewel-like seeds, added a burst of color and flavor to the Egyptian diet. These fruits became not only culinary staples but also symbols of vitality and prosperity. And during the era of the New Kingdom, the olive tree, Alia europea, was introduced to Egypt. The cultivation of olive trees marked a significant culinary and economic development. Olive oil, extracted from the fruit, became a valuable commodity, used not only for cooking but also for lighting lamps and as an essential ingredient in cosmetics. As the ancient Egyptians diversified their orchards, they embraced the flavors and benefits of these fruits. Yet, the botanical story of ancient Egypt is not limited to its orchards and cultivated plants. The lush vegetation along the banks of the Nile was a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the plant kingdom in the face of the river's annual inundation. But the flora of ancient Egypt was more than just a source of sustenance and construction materials. It was deeply intertwined with spirituality and mythology. The acacia tree, Acacia spp, held a special place in Egyptian culture and religion. It was associated with Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship and the sky. The acacia's resilience in harsh desert conditions symbolized the divine protection and strength of Horus, the patron god of Egypt. The divinities Thoth and Seshat, often portrayed as scribes, were depicted inscribing the reign of the king into the trunk of a pasea tree, Pasea americana. This ritualistic act signified the recording and preservation of the king's legacy for eternity. The sycamore tree, Ficus sycamoris, was another species deeply connected to Egyptian spirituality. Known for its distinctive, broad leaves and wide canopy, the sycamore tree was associated with the goddess Iset, also known as Isis, the patron of the ritual of life. The sycamore's shade and life-giving properties were symbolic of the goddess's nurturing and protective nature. These spiritual connections between the people of ancient Egypt and the plant world reflected their profound reverence for the natural environment. As we reflect on the flora of ancient Egypt, we recognize that it was not only a source of sustenance and cultural significance, but also a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of this remarkable civilization. Join us on this immersive journey as we continue to unravel the flora of ancient Egypt, revealing the threads of history, culture, and spirituality that wove together to create one of the most enduring and influential civilizations in history. To truly appreciate the significance of these plants, we must delve into the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians and understand how they harnessed the power of nature to thrive in the arid landscape of the Nile Delta. Agriculture was the cornerstone of Egyptian society, and the annual flooding of the Nile was a highly anticipated event. As the river swelled with water and nutrients, it spilled over its banks, creating fertile silt deposits that transformed the surrounding land into a verdant oasis. The rich alluvial soil was perfect for cultivation, and the ancient Egyptians wasted no time in planting their crops. Wheat and barley were among the primary grains grown, serving as the staples of the Egyptian diet. These grains were not only consumed as bread and porridge, but were also used in brewing beer, a dietary staple that was central to social and religious gatherings. Onions and garlic, known for their flavor and medicinal properties, were cultivated alongside grains. The predictable flood cycle of the Nile allowed farmers to plan their planting and harvesting with precision. This mastery of the river's rhythms contributed to the stability and prosperity of Egyptian society. In addition to its role in agriculture, the Nile River served as a natural irrigation system. Canals were dug to divert water to the fields, ensuring that even areas farther from the riverbanks could be cultivated. The Egyptians were pioneers in the field of irrigation, employing innovative methods such as the shadaf, a counterweighted lever, to lift water from the river. The efficient management of water resources allowed the civilization to flourish in an otherwise arid environment. But the Nile River was not just a source of sustenance, it was the lifeblood of ancient Egypt, supporting not only agriculture but also transportation and trade. The ancient Egyptians were skilled boat builders, and the Nile provided the perfect highways for their vessels. Boats of various sizes and designs crisscrossed the river, carrying goods, people, and ideas. Trade flourished along the Nile, connecting the different regions of Egypt and facilitating the exchange of commodities like grains, textiles, and pottery. This robust trade network allowed Egypt to access valuable resources from other regions of the ancient world, further enriching their culture and economy. The Nile River was not only a conduit for physical goods but also for cultural exchange and the dissemination of knowledge. Scholars and scribes traveled along the river, sharing information and recording the history, religion, and scientific achievements of the civilization. It was this dynamic interplay of people and resources along the Nile that allowed Egypt to thrive for millennia. As we conclude our exploration of the flora of ancient Egypt, we are reminded that the civilization's greatness was not solely a product of monumental architecture or military conquests. It was also a testament to the profound connection that the ancient Egyptians had with the natural world. The Nile Delta, with its predictable floods and fertile soil, offered the perfect canvas for a civilization to flourish. And the plants that thrived along its banks, from the majestic papyrus to the humble date palm, were not just sources of sustenance but also threads in the rich tapestry of Egyptian culture and spirituality. Each plant carried a unique significance, whether through its practical uses or its role in religious rituals. The ancient Egyptians understood that their existence was intimately intertwined with the natural world around them. In their daily lives, they celebrated the bounty of the land, the life-giving waters of the Nile, and the sacred connection between the plant kingdom and the divine. It is through this lens that we can truly appreciate the flora of ancient Egypt, a vital and vibrant aspect of a civilization that continues to captivate and inspire us to this day. As we bid farewell to the captivating world of ancient Egypt, let us carry with us the profound lessons of harmony with nature and reverence for the gifts it bestows. The Nile Delta may have been the cradle of an ancient civilization, but it also serves as a timeless reminder of the enduring relationship between humanity and the natural world. The flora of ancient Egypt, a story of sustenance, spirituality, and a civilization that bloomed like the lotus in the Nile, will forever be etched in the annals of history.